Hey guys, Tyler Shove here, back again with another video that is going to provide you guys a ton of knowledge. And you guys, I appreciate all the feedback and love that I received on my last video. Reading everyone's response and knowing that what I'm posting is actually helping you guys is a great feeling, and it gives me the motivation to keep making these videos for you guys. So if I provided you any value in the last video or in this video, let me know in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe and also follow me, and so you don't miss a thing, okay guys, because I'm going to be consistently uploading content and you guys don't want to miss a thing. So before we begin, I will say, if you do not have MLS access, because this is the MLS right here, you guys, and if you do not have this access yet, watch my previous video to learn how to gain access, okay? Because if you don't get access, then this video is pointless, okay? If you have already watched it and you still do not have access, quit wasting your time, stop watching this video right now, and go call as many realtors as you can until you get someone willing to work with you, okay? So stop watching this video now if you do not have MLS access. Pick up the phone and call 100 realtors if you have to, you guys. That's how important it is to stay consistent and keep going until you get a yes, because there is a realtor that's willing to work with you as long as you provide value, okay, you guys? So in this video, you're going to learn how to use the MLS to effectively determine the ARV, which is the after repair value. If you don't know what that means, that pretty much means is if you got a property that's in disrepair and it needs fixed up, the after repair value is what it's worth after it's fixed up. It's the retail value of the property, okay? So that's what the after repair value means. And you also learn how to find areas where sellers will likely have high motivation, okay? So like I talked about in my last video, we want to target sellers who have a reason to sell their property. They just don't want to sell it. They have a reason. They're behind on their taxes, behind on their mortgage. They just lost their job. Their house is in disrepair and they don't have the money to fix it up. Stuff like that. So, and you're going to learn how to find buyers for these deals that you get in these specific neighborhoods by connecting with realtors who work with rehabbers and landlords. And then I'm also going to teach you how you can get in direct contact with these owners, okay? So you can actually work directly with the owners, okay, you guys? So so let's dive right in, you guys. I'm first going to show you how you can pick a neighborhood that you want to target, and you want to check active, pending, and sold. So what I'm going to look for in these areas is I'm going to look for up and coming area, okay? So what that means is if the area was previously, the ghetto, the hood, or whatever you want to call it, and it is now up and coming, there's a lot of rehabs and construction going on in the area. There's new construction projects going on in the area, stuff like that. Those are the areas you want to target. Why? Is because, me coming from that kind of area and that kind of neighborhood, I know that there's a lot of problems in these areas, okay? People are consistently jumping from job to job. People are consistently getting fired. People are consistently broke, struggling, living poor, on drug abuse, getting robbed, all kinds of stuff in these kind of neighborhoods. So, and they're also always behind on their taxes or the mortgage, or they're always the property's always in disrepair, okay? So if you're from this kind of area, like I'm from that kind of area, you guys know the kind of problems these neighborhoods bring. And like I said, those are the neighborhoods you want to target, because these properties are likely owned by somebody who's always struggling in life. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. I know how it is in these areas because, like I said, I've lived in these areas most of my life. And people just tend to struggle in these areas for whatever reason. So the reason why we want to target these areas that were once the hood, once the ghetto, or may still be, and now it's up and coming. You see a lot of activity coming up in the area, and a lot of market activity, property selling and stuff like that, because these investors are coming in, they're buying up properties. For whatever reason, that specific area is up and coming. Every area is going to be different, but those are the areas you want to target because there's going to be a lot of motivated sellers in those areas. Okay, guys? So what you're going to look for is you're going to look for houses that are being sold on the market that are in disrepair. And then you also see properties that are, fully rehabbed, new construction properties and stuff like that. So this is one of the areas in my market, and you will see that as you can see, the numbers are all over the place because, like I said, this once used to be the ghetto. This once used to be the hood, and 5, 6, 7 years ago you couldn't give away a house here, and now you see $489,000 houses selling. Okay, so this is actually a new construction property. So what you got to do is you got to see that you see the numbers are all over the place. Okay, you see this one's listed for 89,000, and it's obviously needs work. You can see right here that it doesn't even have any siding. Okay, let's see here. Like this one right here is listed for 99. You could tell that this property, like I said, is in disrepair. Just by looking at it. Okay, and then you got other properties in this area that look like this, where it's just fully remodeled. You see? So these are the kind of areas you guys want to look for. As you can see, this is another property. Doesn't look too good compared to the the high-end properties. That's actually a rental. That's why it's listed for $1,850. Let's see here. This market or this neighborhood is actually getting pretty saturated, meaning that everything's being bought up by investors. So it's actually getting really competitive in this neighborhood. But you can see there's still stuff going on, like this one right here just sold for $79,900. You can see it's obviously, needs a lot of work. Okay, so like I said, like all of the properties in this area 5, 6, 7 years ago looked like this, if not worse. Okay, some of them, of course, are better, but the majority of them look like that or worse. And now you got, like I said, you got properties selling for $465. They're tearing the houses down, doing new construction. As you can see, this is a new construction project. Okay, so these are the areas you guys want to target because, like I said, if you're targeting these areas where the homeowner has a house that's in disrepair, they're likely getting, fines and stuff from the city, because their house looks like crap compared to what's going on in the area, and they're getting fined from the health department, code enforcement, and stuff like that. So with that being said, these people are sometimes unable to pay that because they're struggling. Like I said, these are people that's always been struggling their entire life, more than likely. Okay, if you're from an area like this where everybody's struggling, you're from the ghetto, you're from the hood, or whatever, you're going to know what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's why you want to target areas like this that are up and coming. Okay, so and then I just happen to, I know this area. I actually used to live in this area when I was little. So if you know an area like this in your neighborhood, you'll be able to obviously tell what's going on if they're doing a lot of rehabs, if they're not, if there's new construction or if there's not. But if you're not from that area, or you're virtually wholesaling, you're gonna have to, like, it's gonna be a tedious task, because you're gonna have to actually go to different neighborhoods and see if anything else is going on. And then it's going to be, like I said, a tedious task. It's going to take you a while to find that specific area or that neighborhood. It might or might not, I don't know, because I don't know your area. But here's another one too. As you can see, prices are also all over the place over here. You can see this one just sold for $59. Another house that's in disrepair. And then you got one like right next door selling for $186. So this is another area that used to be the hood, and now it's up and coming. So these are the areas you want to target, okay, you guys? So like I said, you find that area, or you find a deal in this kind of area, it's going to be easier to sell, because you can get it at a great price. And then it's going to be easy to sell to the investor, because they're looking to purchase properties in this area because they want to fix it up and then sell it for a profit. Okay, so these are perfect areas for you guys to target. Okay, so actually let's go ahead and let's try to find a comp. Okay, let's say we found a property in this neighborhood. Let's say we got a lead. It's 1,100 square feet, and it's a home with a 1,100 square feet basement as well. So let's just I usually do a 1/4 mile radius, but I'll do 0.20 in this situation. And let's go back here. We're going to uncheck active, because when you're looking for comps, you really want to only go off of pending and sold, because active, it doesn't really mean that's what it's worth. Anybody can list a property for $1 million. It doesn't mean it's worth $1 million. Okay, so we're going to say our target property is 1,100 square feet, but we're going to go a little below 1,100 square feet, just for the simple fact that you want to give it some wiggle room. And then I'm going to go up 300 square feet as well, and this at 1,400. And then I'm going to do the same thing. But since we got a 1,100 basement added, this is actually going to go up to about 2,300, because our target property is 1,100, and then it has an 1,100 square foot basement. So that's actually a total square feet of 2,200, but I'm going to go up a little bit to 2,300, and then 300 below the 1,100 square foot main and upper. Okay, so main and upper means the main floor and the upper floor, and then total square feet includes the basement and the attic, if there is any. Okay, so as you can see, we got 3 matches here. It's not too bad. You want to find properties as close to your target property as can be. So as you can see, these are all around the same price. One's at 160, 154, 150, 1.5. This is actually a perfect comps, pretty much. We got 1,100 square foot home, and this one's also 1,100. This one's 1,000. This one's pretty much 1,100. And our target property, our lead, that we're comping is 2,200 total square feet. So ours is actually slightly bigger than these. It's pretty much the same size as this one. So ours, our ARV, our after repair value, retail value, we'll look at these and see if they're fixed up. Looks like, yep, this one just fully rehabbed. Okay, then you look at the next one, see if this one's fully rehabbed. More than likely it is. If it's around the same price, it is. And this one's more than likely fully rehabbed as well. And it is. So with that being said, you guys, it looks like our ARV is around 150 to 160. okay? And the middle of that is obviously 155. So you could say our ARV retail value is 155. If your target property were to have a garage, as you can see, 2 of these have a garage and 1 of them doesn't, and the one that doesn't sold for the less amount. So with a garage, you could probably be in at 155, 160. Without a garage, you could be in the lower 150s. Okay, so that is how you comp a property. And then you could take it a step further to see where you need to be at as far as price. And this is how you comp a fix and flip. Okay, this is how you what I'm about to show you is how you run your numbers on a fix and flip property that you're actually going to sell it to an investor who's going to flip it for a profit and not a landlord. When you're analyzing a deal as a landlord, you're actually going to analyze it slightly different. Actually not slightly different, a lot different, but since we know this is a flip property, that's how we're going to analyze it. Okay, so our ARV is 155, which is the middle of these 3. And then we're going to times it by, I like to be conservative. You can do, some people do 0.70, some do 0.65, some do 0.60. I like to be conservative, so I'll do 0.60. And it's 93,000. Let's say the rehab is 60,000. Okay. And since an investor will buy at 70%, and let's say we can get this at 33,000. Okay, that's our offer to the seller. Actually, you can obviously go in lower than that if you want to, but let's just say we for simple math and simple example here, let's just say we got the property for 33,000. The investor is willing to pay, and some of them might even be willing to pay less than this or more than this. It really just depends on the investor. Every investor is different. The investor is willing to pay 108 minus the rehab. I think we said 60,000. So that's 48.5. So the investor's willing to pay 48.5. We got it there for 33. We got about a $15,000 spread here, you guys. So, but like I said, some investors are willing to pay more, and some's not going to be willing to pay that much. Some actually want it in less. It really depends on the investor. So when it comes to calculating rehab cost, you don't have to be 100% accurate, because it is impossible to be 100% accurate as a wholesaler, for the simple fact that every investor is going to have a different rehab number. Okay, so if I bring this property to 5 investors, okay, they're all going to have a different rehab budget. Okay, one rehabber might want to fully gut the entire thing. The other rehabber might keep the plumbing and keep the electrical, and then get rid of everything else. One investor might not even want to fully rehab it. Maybe they just want to do minor things to it, rent it out, and sit on it for 5-10 years. Okay, you never know what the investor is rehab number is going to come out. So you just got to be, for this number, for the rehab number, actually this ain't the rehab number, this is our purchase price, I'm sorry, but for the rehab number, you don't have to be 100% accurate. You just got to be in the ballpark range, just to get an idea of what the investors are willing to pay. Okay, like I said, there's no way of telling what they're going to pay as far as an actual purchase price, because like I said, every investor is different. Okay, I even got an investor who actually purchased this property, just clean it out, and then put it right back on the MLS, and or not back on the MLS, because we actually work with off-market deals, but he'll clean it out and then put it on the MLS and then sell it for a profit. Okay, so you never know what's going through your investors' heads. So with that being said, just try to get as close as you can. your numbers as close as you can, but don't get too hung up over it, because like I said, every investor is going to have different plans for the property, and they're going to have run their numbers differently. Okay, so so let's see, how can you find an investor? How can you sell this deal? Okay, like I said, let's just say we got this property in this area, and now we want to flip it. Okay, we got it under contract. Now we want to flip it to an investor who is going to purchase it for cash and, want to make a profit on it. So now let's increase it to 0.25. We're going to contact every realtor in this area. Okay, that's what you're going to do. So what you'll do is you'll go to, obviously you can see this property was just no, it's not rehabbed. They're actually planning on doing a new construction. This property right here is a rehab. So you can contact all of these people. Okay, you can contact these realtors. As you can see, the listing agent is right here. Okay, if the property is fully rehabbed, the listing agent will know that rehabber. Okay, actually this one doesn't really look like a rehab. It looks like somebody just kept their property in great condition and just listed it on the market. But if it's owned by an investor, then this person, this realtor knows the investor. Okay, so what you can do is, okay, you can see obviously this one is fully rehabbed. Okay, so you can see. So what you'll do is you'll contact the realtor directly. Okay, I'm not going to click. So on this, I would just have to click it and it'll pull up their phone number, their email, and all that. But I'm not going to do that because I don't want people emailing her and calling her. But in your area, you'll just click on the listing agent, and then obviously if this is owned by a realtor, or not a realtor, an investor, then the listing agent is somebody you want to contact. Okay. Actually looks like it's not owned by an investor from what this is saying. Okay, because it's owner occupied. You can see the property address is 625 Jefferson Avenue, and their tax billing address is the same thing. So it's saying that this is owner occupied and it's not in an LLC or anything like that. So but you could still contact them because it looks like an investor bought it and rehabbed it, honestly. So I would probably still contact this realtor just to see if they'd be interested in another property to invest in. Then let's see here. So we'll click on here. We'll find one that's actually owned by an investor. That's in an LLC. Okay, this is the same situation. Oh, come on. I'm trying to show you guys how you can get in contact with these investors directly. Okay, so let me see here. Let me just click on a couple of these and see which one's owned by an investor. That one's not. Okay, you guys, I'm mistaken. I know what's going on here. I apologize. The reason why it's not saying it is the reason why it's not saying it's an investor is because I'm clicking on the ones that are already sold. So the ones that are already sold, those are homeowners that actually purchased the property, live in there. So excuse me, you actually want to look at the previous owner. Okay, the previous owner. So let's see here. This is the current owner now since it's sold. This one sell? Okay, yeah, see this one just sold. Now that's the current owner, but we want to get in contact with the previous owner. So it looks like this was the previous owner, but again, That doesn't, it's not an L. I'm looking for an LLC. So bear with me here. Let's see if we can find one. This one looks like it was just rehabbed. Seller name. Alright, that one's not an LLC either. Just for the sake of this video, you guys, I'm going to go to this new construction that's already active. This one should be owned by an investor currently. Okay, so here we go. This one is owned by an investor. So this is how I found the buyer on my very first deal. Okay, I found a house in one of these neighborhoods that needed to be torn. The house needed to be torn down. It was a full tear down because the house caught on fire. And I found the investor by doing this exact strategy I'm showing you guys. I found the buyer just like this. Okay, I just took it and copied the owner's name, and then I pasted it in the in Google, and you can see right here the phone number came right up, you guys. Okay, so this is an investor right here. So I would call them and then just say, hey, I'm not sure if you're the right person I need to talk to, but I actually got a property I need to sell that's in the same area you guys are investing in. I noticed you own this property at 631 Jefferson Avenue, and I got a property not too far from there, and I'm actually looking to sell it quickly. So if you or whoever your acquisitions manager is, or whoever is in charge of purchasing properties, can you please have them give me a call? And that is how I found my first buyer. Okay, this one actually came up pretty easy, you guys. It's not always as that easy. This one just came up on the first Google search, but it's not always that easy. Okay, you guys. So with that being said, let's see if we could find another one and try to do some more digging. Because sometimes it's, like I said, it's not going to pop up like that, and you'll have to do more digging. So let's go to an active one. So here's one right here. And the reason why I say active is because I don't have to search. Keep searching for an investor. Okay, so I'm looking for an LLC is what I'm looking for. Technically, you can still Google this person and try to find them on Facebook or some kind of social media website to see if they're on there, and then see if they're on LinkedIn or something like that. And then, like I said, you can also contact the listing agent to see if they're interested in doing business with you. You cut, the realtor $1,000 commission fee or whatever, a flat fee to connect you with this investor. That's how you could provide value to the realtor, so they actually want to reach out to the realtor or to the investor for you. Let's try to find one, you guys, real quick. Okay, so this one is a rehab as well. And if it's an active property, you're going to look who is the current owner. But since this one had just sold, as you can see, it sold. So now that somebody bought it like this, they likely bought it to live there. Okay, if it looks like this, it's likely not an investor who purchased this property. Okay, so we're actually looking for the seller name, which right here you can see here's the seller name. And then, like I said, you would just copy and paste this into Google and then try to find the owner. It's not always as easy as seeing it right here. Unfortunately, you got to do some digging sometimes. Okay, so we gotta see. This one says company info. Open a new tab. You could just pull up all of these. Okay, and then, like I said, worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, you can just get in contact with the with a realtor. Okay, so we're looking for Rejuvenate Goddess LLC. This is Rejuvenate Goddess. This is Rejuvenate Goddess, and these actually are not Rejuvenate Goddess. It doesn't look like. Yeah, so that's rejuvenation, stem rejuvenation. So we're not going to click on that one. This one's about natural hair and hair loss. So those ones we won't click on. And as you can see, we got a registered agent and the principal address. So you could actually, the principal address means that is the owner of the entity. Okay, this person's address is right here. So you could literally, send a letter to this person. Okay, or you can send a letter to the registered agent. The registered agent isn't the owner. It's actually the principal who is the owner. Okay, the registered agent is just somebody who helped them with their LLC. And this looks like this is the company contact information. You can see this is the manager. This was also the manager. I don't know how accurate this stuff is, you guys. Sometimes it's not accurate, and sometimes it'll be incorrect information. But the only way for you to know is to actually get in contact with these people. So if this is an office, which I don't know if it is, but if it's an office, you can just drive there. Okay, let's see if this is the office. That's not what I was looking for anyways. Let's see if this is the office. Okay, hold on 1 second. I wouldn't recommend go knock on their home door or their house, where they live, if this is where they live, but you could definitely go knock on their, or go to their office if this is an office. Okay, this doesn't look like an office. Alright, yeah, that doesn't look like their office. Okay, so I wouldn't go knock on the door or anything, but you can definitely send them a letter. Okay, let's see what popped up on this website here. Pretty much the same information, it looks like. Just telling you who the managers are and who the registered agent is. Just the same address I just pulled up. Yes, it is. Okay, so you guys get the point. And then you would do this with every business entity there is. Okay, so you would consistently find if a property sold, again, if it's a sell and not an active, like this one is sold, we're looking for the previous person who owned the property, not the current owner, because the current owner actually purchased. So since it's sold, it's going to show who's currently on record right now. Okay, which is, like I said, the person who is living there. So you can see right here, it's an owner occupied. This is the target property. That's this address right here, and then you got the mailing address. The tax billing address is the mailing address, and it's the same address. That means it's owner occupied. Okay, so if it's sold, you're looking for the previous owner. So you'll scroll down, go to market and sales history, and look at the seller name. Okay, that's the previous owner. And then you can even take it a step further and see who owned it before him. You can Google this person. You can, that's okay. I thought that's actually a trust, not a business entity. But you can actually Google this person as well. And then if it's an active property, you want to see who the current owner is, because they haven't sold it to a person who's going to live there yet. Okay, they actually still own it. So if it's active, you want to see who currently owns it, and if it's pending, you want to see who currently owns it yet, because there is no new owner of record as a pending property. It's going to be who currently owns it, not who previously owns it. So This one actually says it's in a person's name. So this is likely an investor because you can see they're not living there. It's 805 North Temple Avenue is the property address, and their mailing address is on Belleville. So this is likely an investor. So you can either, like I said, search them on Facebook, LinkedIn, websites like that, or just contact the realtor, the listing agent. If the listing agent knows, or if the listing agent listed this property, they're going to know the owner, because they have to know the owner in order to list it. Okay, they have to go in an agreement with the owner. So you can just, click on the listing agent. That's listing agent. Click on that, and then you got their email and you got their phone number. So it doesn't get any more simple, you guys. It's going to take a lot of grind and hustle to find a buyer for it. You might have to call 20, 30 different people. Who knows? Every property is going to be different, but this is how you guys can find buyers for your deals. Okay, I just showed you guys areas to target, and I just showed you how to find the buyer, and I just showed you how to comp a fix and flip deal. Okay, guys, this is gold. Okay, what I just showed you is literally gold. Okay, this is how I found my buyer on my first deal. Okay, and I still continue to use this strategy. Okay, is it time consuming? Yes. But can you get fat checks from it? Yes. Okay, you guys, so if this video provided you guys any kind of value, please like, comment, subscribe, share. Okay, you guys, because I'm giving this information for free, and that's all I ask of you guys. Okay, I'm not asking for your money or anything like that. I'm just simply trying to spread the love, spread the knowledge, because I know what it's like to start from nothing and be in a position to where you need money and you're willing to do what it takes. Okay, so this is the stuff it takes to get these deals done, you guys. So if you like this, like, comment, subscribe, let me know, spread the word, you guys. I appreciate it, and good luck, you guys.